Hi everyone and welcome to our first geography lesson. So we are going to start a new unit of work today and it's all about the seaside. So we have been reading about the seaside in our English with our At the Beach book. Perhaps you could tell your grown-up the name of the beach that the family go to. Yes, it is called Crabby Spit Beach, and it's a book full of wonderful postcards about a family who write back to grandma and tell them all the things that they've been up to on their holiday. So we're going to be learning about different seaside towns and things that we can get up to there, different features of seaside towns and comparing them with where we live in Bolton. So the first thing you've got in your pack is your knowledge organizer. So please spend some time having a good nosy through that. I know we love doing that in year 2 and finding out some facts and seeing what learning is going to be coming up. The job that I would like you to do as well is you've got a mind map. Now we always do these at the start of our new units, don't we? To find out what it is that we already know about a topic. So in this case, the seaside. So the title is Why Do We Love to Be Beside the Seaside? And if you want to get creative, then you could draw some pictures of beaches or kites flying or fish and chips. We've had lots of conversations about things that we can eat at the seaside, haven't we? In the blue box, I want you to tell me what you already know about the seaside. Remember, don't fill in the entire box because when we finish our topic, we're going to go back to it and we're going to add some more information in there. In the green box, tell me what you know about the physical features of Southport. So Southport is the seaside town that we're going to be looking at. On your home learning menu, I did put a challenge on there to get to Southport and see the beach if you could, but do not worry if you can't. Please don't panic. It is fairly local. It's about an hour away, but information about that in just a little while. In the yellow box, tell me what you know about the human features of Bolton. And in the red box, tell me why you think people like to visit the seaside. As we always say, when we look at the knowledge, our mind map first, I couldn't think of the word. When we first look at our mind map, we are only adding the information that we already know. There is a lot for me to teach you. And when we go back to this at the end of our topic, there will be more that you can add in there. Okay, so please complete that activity before you do any of the other learning. Okay, so we have our mind map, our knowledge organizer. As you can see down the right-hand side, all of your vocabulary that you are to learn over the next couple of weeks or so is all there on the right-hand side. So what our first activity is in your pack, read those first of all, and then we have got a vocabulary matching activity. So can you cut out and match these words with their definitions? Okay. So you might want to do that before looking at the knowledge map and then test yourself to see if you got them in the right places. So I'm going to read the words to you, and I'm sure you'll be able to read them yourself, but the definitions I'm sure you will be able to have a go at, perhaps with a grown-up there. So we've got cliff, beach, rock pool, lifeboat, tide, lighthouse, resort, postcards, fairground, island, and ocean. Okay, and then you've got a couple of pages. Just trying to think of words that you might get stuck on. So a large area of salt water between the continents. So the continents are the big places on Earth. There are 7 of them. We've got Europe, Africa, America, and so on. A piece of land completely surrounded by sea. I think you'll be fine with that. An outdoor area where you can ride on various attractions, often by the sea. If you're not sure on it, then maybe leave that one till last and then come back to it when you've matched up all of the other words. A card for sending a message to someone without an envelope. I think you'll be fine with that. Usually a tower containing a beacon of light to warn or guide ships at sea. So I want you to imagine some sort of tall building that's quite slim, and it has a warning light on the top. That's what the beacon of light means. A specially made boat aimed at rescuing people. I think you'll be fine with that. I think you'll be okay with the rest of them, to be honest, year 2. This one here, the rise and fall of the sea, usually caused by the pull of gravity from the moon and the sun. That might be a completely new fact to you. So again, if you match up the others, then you'll see which is left. You do have the knowledge organizer there to check your answers with. Okay. In your pack, I have given you this set of sticky knowledge facts from the knowledge organizer. So what we were going to do is put these around the classroom and we were going to kind of collect them up, read them out, discuss them, and see which ones we could remember, and we would put them on our working wall as well. So over the next week, that's what I'd like you to do kind of with these. So cut them out, maybe put them around your house, on your bedroom, on the door perhaps, or obviously with your parents' permission. Put them in different places and then see if you can remember those facts by next week when you return. Okay, because those are what our LBQ quizzes are going to be based on as well, so you do need to know that information. Right then, so we are going to have a quick look at Southport Beach, and I've used here Google Maps to show you where Bolton is and where Southport Beach is, because you'll see that on your activity sheet, this is what I'd like you to do. I want you to find Bolton on a map, and I want you to find Southport Beach on a map. And you can show me that you found them by putting a big circle around them. And then we're going to write down some of the facts about them. So one of the facts is that it takes us for about an hour and 10 minutes to travel from our school on Maysfield Road all the way to Southport Beach. It is also 38.3 miles away. So the distance, the road that we would have to travel, it would be 38.3 miles in distance. Now, what do you notice about where Bolton is? So Bolton's here. Did you notice that it's surrounded by other towns and other cities? We've got Bury here, which is where I live. We've got some families who go as far as Farnworth at our school. So Bolton is in a more of a built-up area. I'm just going to zoom in for you there. So you can see there's lots and lots of houses. We have looked at Google Maps before when we looked at Africa, and we noticed there was lots of dark green vegetation around, didn't we, at the primary school that we looked at. So here it does look very different. Okay, just going to zoom back out again and move our map over to Southport Beach, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit more to Southport Beach. So what do you notice about the area here? So you can see there are still a lot of houses, but by the beach, we've got this area here, which is going into the sea. We've got the beach and then we've got the water. So we call that the shore. So yes, I'm going to see now, if I just move my face out of the way, if we can pop in and have a look at Southport Beach and see what it's really like there. You might want to ask a grown-up to help you with doing this at home on your own computer. Okay, so we've dropped him in there, and this is Southport Beach. So we're actually on, and the pier is a bit that juts out from the main stretch of the island, because England is an island, and it goes out into the sea. So yes, you can walk on the pier and go far out. Now at the moment, on this picture when it was taken, it looks like the tide is out. So all the water that would normally come in is actually out at the moment, but you can see it has been wet. So this is how far the water does come in. If you went across here, this would take us back towards Southport town area, where it's a lot more built up with different attractions. So here we are. There's even McDonald's over there, look, in the car park. Okay, there's a shopping centre over here. So this is one of the human features of the beach, is that a pier has been built, and it means that people can walk out and get a lovely sea breeze on your face, and all the water would be underneath you here as well. Okay, it's just on this picture it doesn't show the water because the tide must have been out when it was taken. Okay, so on your task, I don't know if I've got it open, but yes, you have got a sheet and it looks like this. So it's just a little snippet from the Google Maps. And what I'd like you to do is to circle Bolton to show me you can find that on a map, and circle Southport to show me that you can find that on a map. And then in the space underneath, I want you to just think about something that you've learned today, whether it be how long it would take you to drive from Bolton over to Southport, how far it is distance-wise, or perhaps you remember some of the features of Southport Beach and Bolton that we have just talked about. Again, if you could maybe ask your grown-up to go onto Google Maps with you, you can have a deeper exploration of that. So wonderful. Right, thank you, Year 2. I will see you in the next video. Bye.